Most people think butter is the one food you can't fake. Cream, salt, done. Here's the problem. The government's definition of butter is looser than you think, and a whole shelf of products are built to sit right at the edge of that definition without technically breaking it. Some of them are barely butter at all. A few aren't legally allowed to be called butter, and the label's doing everything it can to make you forget that. Today we're going through 11 products you'll find in the butter aisle that deserve a second look, counting down to the one that's the biggest letdown for the price. Then we're flipping it around and showing you 5 that actually earn a spot in your fridge. Every claim in this video comes from a federal regulation, a company's own label, or a real court filing. No guessing, no scare tactics. Let's get into it. Number 11, whipped butter. Here's a loophole most people never think about. Regular butter is capped at 16% moisture by federal law. Whipped butter gets a special exception. Because air gets folded in during processing, whipped versions are allowed to carry moisture up to 23%, almost 50% more water than a standard stick, while still meeting the same 80% milk fat minimum. It's not a trick exactly, it's disclosed. But it's also why whipped butter spreads so easily straight from the fridge. You're getting more air and water for the same amount of fat. Fine for toast. Not what you want when a recipe is counting on real butter structure. Number 10, bargain butter. At the legal floor under United States law, going back to a 1923 statute still in the books. Butter only has to be 80% milk fat to use the name. Not 85, not 90, 80. A lot of the cheapest butter on the shelf sits exactly there, at the minimum the law allows. That's not illegal, and it's not automatically bad, but it explains why the least expensive stick in the case is often harder to spread, blander, and less forgiving in baking than something with even a couple points more fat. The label says butter either way. The fat content is the part that actually decides how it performs. Number 9, butter with undisclosed growth hormone. This one's about what you're not told, not what's necessarily in the tub. A synthetic growth hormone called RBST, sometimes called RBGH, is legal to use on U.S. dairy cows to boost milk output. The European Union, Canada, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand have all prohibited it, largely over documented increases in mastitis, a painful udder infection, in treated cows. In the United States, disclosure is voluntary. If a butter doesn't say RBST free on the label, you generally have no way to know either way. That's a real gap in what you get to find out at the grocery store, even though the human health evidence remains genuinely mixed. Number 8, butter blended with hexane processed, canola oil land. Oleics. Butter with canola oil keeps its ingredient list short. Sweet cream, canola oil, salt. That's genuinely simple. The part that doesn't make it onto the front label is how most commercial canola oil gets extracted. The seeds are washed in a solvent called Hexon to pull out the oil efficiently. Then the hexone is evaporated back out. Regulators in the European Union cap the allowed residue at 1 milligram per kilogram, and independent lab testing has found trace hexane surviving into some finished oils. Food safety agencies call the exposure low. What's also true is that there isn't a large body of research tracking what daily, low-level hexane residue does over decades of consistent use, because almost nobody has been able to study that directly. That's a real gap in the data, not a proven danger. Number 7, the light version of the same blend. Take that same canola blend and cut the fat, and the ingredient list gets a lot longer. Land O'Lakes Light Butter. With canola oil lists water, butter, canola oil, and buttermilk up front. Then modified food starch, tapioca maltodextrin, mono and diglycerides, a stabilizer called PGPR, lactic acid, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, natural flavor, xanthan gum, and beta-carotene. Real butter is 2 ingredients. This is closer to 15. Cutting the fat in half didn't just remove calories. It required a whole second column of additives to hold the texture together. Number 6. Wearing a butter costume blue bonnet is honest about one thing right on the tub. It says vegetable oil spread, not butter and not margarine, because at 31 to 46% fat, depending on the variety, It falls well under the 80% line that both of those categories legally require. To its credit, the current formula also states clearly that it contains no hydrogenated oil and 0 grams of trans fat per serving, a real improvement that came out of the industry-wide reformulation. The FDA forced, after ruling in 2015 that artificial trans fats were no longer safe for food, with a compliance deadline of June 2018. The ingredient list today runs water, soybean oil, maltodextrin, palm oil, salt, then preservatives, natural and artificial flavor, and added color. It's not the health villain it used to be. It's also not butter, whatever the branding evokes. Number 5, the flavor you're not allowed to ask about. Notice how often natural flavor and artificial flavor show up together on these labels, with 0 detail attached. That's not an accident, and it's not one brand cutting corners. Under federal labeling rules, manufacturers are allowed to use those catch-all terms without spelling out the actual compounds inside them. It's completely legal. It also means 2 tubs can list the identical 2 words on the ingredient panel and contain completely different formulas underneath. If you're trying to actually know what you're eating, that phrase is where the trail goes cold. Number 4, I can't believe it's not butter spray. This one actually went to court, and the ending surprises most people. Consumers sued Unilever, arguing that a spray listing 0 calories and 0 grams of fat was misleading, since the full bottle actually contains over 1,000 calories and more than 100 grams of fat. In 2023, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals sided with the company. The ruling found that under FDA rules, spray products get measured by the spray, not by the tablespoon used for solid butter, and anything under 5 calories per serving can legally round down to 0. The court called it implausible that a squeeze bottle should follow butter's serving rule, just because people spray it more than once. So legally, nothing here is false. Practically, if you're using this the way most people actually use a butter substitute, the math on the front of the bottle isn't the math you're eating.
Number 3. Smart Balance's Omega Claim. Quick reminder, if this is useful so far, a like helps it reach more people who are about to make a grocery run. Smart Balance puts an omega-3 number in bold on the front of the package, and most shoppers read that and think of fish oil, the kind linked to heart benefits in actual clinical research. What's inside is ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that your body has to convert into the useful forms EPA and DHA before it does much of anything. Research consistently shows that conversion rate is poor, generally under 10% for EPA and under 5% for DHA in most adults. A front label omega-3 number sounds like a health claim about your heart. The biology behind it is a lot weaker than the packaging implies, and structurally, Smart Balance's original spread runs around 64% vegetable oil, under the 80% threshold required to even be called margarine. It's a spread. Number 2. Country Croc's Oil Math Country Crock Plant Butter puts olive oil, avocado oil, or almond oil front and center on the package, next to imagery that makes it the whole point of the product. Multiple class action lawsuits filed in California, New York, and Illinois federal courts between 2022 and 2025 allege the same underlying issue across different versions of the line. In each case, the named hero oil sits lower on the ingredient list than palm fruit oil, palm kernel oil, and canola oil, meaning the featured ingredient is a minor component, not the main one. These lawsuits are still working through the courts as of this recording, so nothing has been legally settled either way. But the ingredient order on the label is public information right now, and you can check it yourself before your next trip. Number 1. The bottom of the shelf. At the very bottom of the category sit spreads built almost entirely around water and oil, with milk fat or vegetable fat making up only a small slice of the total weight, sometimes not much more than a quarter of the tub. There's no hidden trick here. It's a legally recognized category, and the front label usually says spread, not butter, in smaller type than everything else on the package. The issue isn't that these products lie, it's that the branding, the tub shape, the color, the word buttery is doing everything possible to make you forget what the ingredient panel already told you. You're paying close to butter prices for something that's mostly water held together with oil. Now, for the 5 that actually deliver, you've seen what to watch for. Number 5. Tillamook's butter runs 81% milk fat, a full point above the legal minimum, and the salted version keeps it to 2 ingredients, cream and salt. The unsalted version adds only natural flavoring. This isn't the fanciest butter on the shelf, but it's a genuine step up from bargain butter for not much more money, and it's easy to find at mainstream grocery chains. Number 4. Plugra. Here's a fun one. Plugra brands itself as European-style butter, and at 82% butterfat, it does meet the European standard. What the label doesn't advertise loudly is that Plugra is made in the United States by the Dairy Farmers of America, the same cooperative behind several other American butter brands. The European-style claim is about the butterfat spec, not the country of origin. Once you know that, it's still a genuinely higher fat butter that performs noticeably better in pastry and sauces than an 80% stick. You're just not importing anything. Number 3. Vital Farms. Vital Farms butter sits at 83 to 85% butterfat, and the cream comes from cows that are 90% grass-fed with an average of 200 days a year on pasture. The higher fat and the grass-based diet both show up in the color, a deeper natural gold from beta-carotene in the grass, and in how it performs in baking, where extra fat and less water genuinely change texture. It costs more than a bargain stick. For baking specifically, that extra fat is doing real work. Number 2. Kerrygold. Kerrygold's unsalted butter is 82% milk fat. The salted version is 80%, and the milk comes from Irish dairy cows that are on a grass-based diet, averaging around 95% of their feed under Ireland's official grass-fed dairy standard. Ireland's climate allows outdoor grazing for most of the year in a way few other regions can sustain. Synthetic growth hormones like RBST are banned outright under EU law, so that's not a voluntary claim. It's a legal requirement. The spreadable version lists 2 ingredients, cream and salt. This is about as close to old-fashioned butter as anything on a mainstream US shelf. Number 1. Organic Valley Cultured Pasture Butter. The top spot goes to a seasonal release. Organic Valley's cultured pasture butter is made only from May through September, when cows are on fresh summer pasture and their milk naturally carries more omega-3 fatty acids and a compound called CLA. The butter is cultured, meaning live cultures are folded into the cream before churning, giving it a rounder, slightly tangy flavor that plain sweet cream butter doesn't have. It comes in at 84% butterfat, USDA certified organic, and it won a silver medal at the Los Angeles International Dairy Competition. It's a limited window every year, it costs more than everyday butter, and if you're baking or finishing a dish where butter is the whole point, it's worth tracking down while it's in season. Here's the pattern across every brand on the good list. None of them needed a long ingredient panel to get there. Tillamook, Plugra, Vital Farms, Kerrygold, and Organic Valley all lean on the same 2 things: real cream and enough fat to actually behave like butter. Everything on the avoid list either sits at the legal minimum on purpose, leans on a labeling loophole, or uses a name and a color that implies something the ingredient list doesn't back up. None of that makes those products illegal. It just means the label is written to be read fast, and the ingredient panel is written for the 1 time in 10 someone actually stops to check it. Next time you're standing in that aisle, flip it over. 2 ingredients and a butterfat percentage above 80 is your benchmark. Anything with a longer story is worth 30 seconds of your attention before it goes in the cart. If this helped you shop smarter, a like and a subscribe go a long way, and if there's a category you want broken down next, drop it in the comments.